Hey everybody, it's me, Andrew. Get out into nature and tune in for yourself. Resonate with the Earth's electromagnetic field via 432 hertz, the universal frequency. Balance out psychologically and emotionally, and further strengthen your brain and your heart's coherence as well. Get a plant based diet going for yourselves today and nurture yourself right back into life. We are literally herbivores in our nature. Further balance out your physical body's pH level and get with alkalinity. Then you can generate some static electricity. Send me some love telepathically. Set attention to your mind and set intention to communicate. That is all there is to telepathy. You are now tuning in to great days. So today I wanted to go a little bit over CERN's project with their Hadron Collider. I wanted to go over how it's shifting the collective and how they've previously used technologies like this or systems like this in ancient civilizations, and how it's kind of just like a type of novelty, or maybe like a type of reincarnative system of doing the same things over. So let's get into CERN for a little bit. So if you don't know what CERN is, they're all about using these types of technologies to pretty much discover more about how the universe works. So like the universe's workings. Okay. And I want to say they're European. So they're European. And they get into a lot of this advanced science, advanced technologies for being able to discover more about the universe that we wouldn't really be able to do without these types of technologies and this type of funding and whatnot, you know. So it's pretty much like they're opening, or they're trying to discover more about other dimensions, okay, but more in a way that is going to be scientifically backed, you know. So they're obviously using these technologies. They're using the Hadron Collider. Okay, I want to say they're colliding particles, but they're also doing the particle acceleration as well. This is all Shiva work as well. This is in correlation or correspondence with Shiva, the Hindu god. He is pretty much doing this work through these peoples. Because if you do not know Shiva, he is pretty much that which is not. He is pretty much alternate dimensions. He is higher metaphysicalities. And he is carrying out his work through these people. Okay, is one way you could put it. Okay, but there's many ways to understand it or look at it, but either way, Shiva is involved in this, or he is what is opening up this whole thing. Okay, so that's pretty dope. But CERN, they can open these portals, right? Which a lot of people say they're opening portals to hell. Okay, which it could be connected with like something Hellenistic. But what I wanted to say a little bit more so is that they're most definitely opening portals, and they've been doing that for a while. We've been able to do that for millennia, probably eons already. Because that's like a natural phenomenon. But um, I don't think it's something to be too worried about, more so because we don't actually have, there's nothing we can really do about it. It's what the collective is deciding. But there could be like entities peeking through, there could be entities coming through from these portal openings, which is something you should be protecting yourself from. I wouldn't be able to begin explaining what types of entities were coming through these these portal openings, but there is a little bit of talk on like, okay, these portals are being opened at CERN, and these are portals that naturally open. The Middle East, I want to say there's these portal openings, these rifts, these ruptures that pretty much mimicking that same process. This is where a lot of they say some of these other dimensional beings can come from these natural occurring portal openings. But it doesn't just take place in the Middle East, it takes place all over the globe. Okay, you just got to know the right coordinates or whatever it may be. But this is pretty much what they're doing. They're doing it with technologies, okay, so they can probably like fine tune it or maybe get a little bit more precise with it. And it can allow for other dimensional entities to make their way onto the earth, okay? But once again, I don't think it's something really to worry about, because even if we weren't doing this type of thing, or if CERN wasn't doing this type of thing, it would naturally be happening somewhere on the globe, because these portals are always opening naturally, okay? So it's more something to learn about, so you as an individual can understand how expansive the universe is, and try to understand the workings yourself, for a collective expansion in consciousness. But it could also be connected to some type of spiritual warfare as well, if you want to get into that. I don't know too much deep. I don't know too deeply into that aspect of it when it comes to the spiritual warfare, but it could be something now. So we've been using these types of technologies for eons. We've been using them for millennia, and I want to say, as they turned on this thing again, it was like on the 5th of this month, so a few days ago, like 2 days ago. It pretty much shifted the collective, in understanding. I have most definitely been able to see some type of, I don't know what to call it. I can call it probably an expansive understanding, something a little bit deeper than what was already occurring, okay? So there's also the awakening, and this is pretty much allowing for people to wake up, to understand, come into self-realization, education, and during this time of globally realizing self, it's only natural they're going to start using these types of technologies more, because it's just like the way the earth is pretty much doing things. She has it precisely growing or going, okay? And they turned this thing on, right? And it's definitely sending a shift into the collective understanding. It's pretty much like it can make way for great metaphysicalities with its discoveries. Also, the fact that they're able to open portals, this creates a big like, I don't know what to call it. It creates some type of shift in how we were previously doing things, and it's changing a lot on a quantum level, or maybe even a deeper level, and physically it's going to slowly follow, okay? I don't know how long it's going to be for things to really be taken into notice, but physically it's going to have its manifestation. but mostly this is something a little bit deeper, okay, when it comes to comprehension or conception. Um, Now, I want to talk a little bit on particle acceleration as well. So on Flash, there's the whole thing is that like they have particle acceleration going on in one of the metropolis, and it blows up or it fails, and it creates this cataclysmic or this event in the city, you know, because it explodes, and this creates a whole uh, destructive event throughout the metropolis and even throughout the world, I think. And people start getting superpowers from this, you know. And this is one of the things that can actually occur with this type of technology is that we can actually go into metaphysicality. This is why they're called metahumans. The ones who actually got superpowers on the Flash, they're called metahumans because they're basically going beyond human. Okay, and this is a type of metaphysicality. This is why it's called metaphysical. Okay, it's going beyond the physical, beyond the laws of physics. What we have always thought were fixed can easily be dissolved away when it comes to maybe activations of these technologies like the Hadron Collider or particle acceleration. Just being able to open portals, you know, is already breaking the laws of physics. Unless it's within the laws of physics and we just don't know the laws that deeply, you know, because we're not scientifically educated in it. But there is like collective dream time, you know, and these technologies can actually make way for that whole idea of collective dream time. Okay, and once this occurs, collective dream time, once we all start collectively dreaming together, which is going to happen, it's going to be so that we will be able to have these metaphysical abilities, you know, and we will be able to start using them societally. Because as of now, in society, you won't find a lot of these types of beings being able to do these types of things because there is the laws of physics, and it makes it so that we're born with the conditions to follow the laws of physics, you know, so we cannot break them even if you are naturally adept at being able to use a metaphysical ability. It's going to be very, very hard for you to do so because you're within the third dimension. You know, you're not able to go beyond the speed of light, so you cannot break into these fourth dimensional things because we're living within the third dimension. But this is something CERN can actually bring about the expansion at an accelerated rate, you know, when it comes to shifting into a higher dimension. Okay, and this is for all of us. So it's there's a lot of controversy or like conspiracy around it, you know, when it comes to like, is it bad or is it something that is actually beneficial for the collective of humanity or the globe? In my understanding of it, I want to say it's not purely bad or it's not purely good either, because these are just concepts, you know. Nothing is really bad or good. It's like in the way that manure is needed for a flower to blossom, you know. People don't like manure. They will pretty much tie like negativity with it because it's like poop, you know. But it pretty much makes way for a beautiful blossom, you know. Same as with pain or like sufferings. It can make way for self-realization, you know, and this is like a beautiful blossom coming from something that most people will usually see as a bad thing, you know. So it's not really good or bad, it's just something that is happening, you know. And we can, like, if it's really that big of a thing, we can rebel but people are gonna do this anyway, so it's like it's gonna continue happening because we've already done this type of thing in many other civilizations prior to America, you know, or if you want to get rid of time, we're just doing this in various different spaces and times, fourth dimensionally, and this is how we're creating the fourth dimensional collective, you know, by turning on all of these like technologies and running them in different space-time continuums to pretty much amplify how much we're able to be able to tap into, you know. So a lot is pretty much going to change, okay, with this project coming back up. CERN is pretty much, it needs to be looked into, okay? If you're into this type of stuff, if you're into like portal openings, if you're into these deeper technologies, these discoveries, these researches, just look up into CERN, because I know that they've been releasing entities into the onto the earth for quite some time, okay? And this is not something that has just been taking place here in America. This has been taking place for eons, at least, in a lot of civilizations. And it will continue to keep doing that too after America, okay? Because there is no time and there is no death, and life is eternal. So it's just going to continue in the reincarnation like that, because it's needed for something, for the sustainment of this replication, okay, or the continuation of the progression of this replication, okay. So most definitely not something to worry about, more so just understand that collectively we're coming to the rise, we're coming into a shift in dimension. We're coming to understand a little bit more about the universe, and it's a beautiful thing. Okay, so that's gonna be it for today. That's a little bit on CERN and what I had to talk of on CERN. I dig CERN only because it is Shiva backed. You know, it's Shiva energies, and I'm most definitely a follower of Shiva. Okay. But when it comes to like spiritual warfare, it's a little different. I'm still not against Shiva, but instead of just like rebelling or fighting, I want to understand a little bit more and what's really going on. You know, instead of just like worrying over it, or just trying to completely rebel. I just want to understand a little bit more so I can bring some truth instead of untruth, okay? But that's going to be it one last time, so I hope everybody did enjoy the video today. Do a little bit of your research on CERN, and comment down anything that you want me to know. Okay, drop a like if you did enjoy today's video. Peace out, generation static from the etheric body, okay? One love, and have a great afternoon.